Hey everyone, Todd here with Tap Cybersecurity. I'm finally posting my first video. I'm kind of excited about it. It's taken me a while to get to this point, but I have some things that I've been on my chest a little bit that I figured I'd get off. And one of the items I want to talk about today are fundamentals. The other one is prior work experience for cybersecurity jobs. And lastly, I'll wrap up with some resources that have helped me along my journey. Some of them you may already have, some you might not have seen before. But if I leave anything out, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments. Let's hop into it. On the fundamentals piece that I wanted to touch on in this video is, they're not always fun. They're not elite, but they are required to have growth in the field. The fundamentals are the foundation to your knowledge. If you're building on a weak foundation, you're going to fail. Your building is it's just going to fall apart. So start with a solid foundation, hone those fundamental skills, and continue building upon that. That's what people who become successful across all fields do. They build on fundamental knowledge because it's critical to your success. Hey everyone, Future Todd here. I forgot to put this into the video when I was recording and editing late last night. So this is the Cybersecurity Certification Roadmap by Paul Jeremy. I'm sure many of you've probably seen a picture of this floating around on social media somewhere. And this is where it comes from. However, if you didn't know, he does have a website. I will put it in the link where this is actually an interactive cyber map, if you will. I'm just going to get magnifier open here. And as you can see across the top, it's broken down into the different categories of cybersecurity jobs. And then some of those are further broken down within those categories. Communication network security, identity and access management, security architecture and engineering, asset security, security and risk management, security assessment and testing, software security, security ops, and then you can see the subcategories as I scroll back to the other side here. Go ahead and close out of magnifier here, and then just kind of show you this is interactive. So you can come here. Most of these have links, if not all of them, to the certification entity. And it can help guide you along your path if getting certifications is important to you. In my opinion, they're necessary to some degree, but it's more about acquiring that knowledge associated with those certifications. So you can use this as a guide, but I just wanted to make sure that I got this in the video because I totally blanked on it. And enjoy the rest of the video from Past Todd. And that leads me on to my next thought. And that's prior work experience for cybersecurity roles, especially entry-level roles, where they're like, hey, we want 5 years in a CISP to be a cybersecurity analyst. Having a CISP, I can tell you that none of that would probably ever help me be a cybersecurity analyst. But it is absurd that can be a requirement on some job postings. And there are some, I'll refer to them as cybersecurity talking heads that will go on and on about how it's detrimental to the cybersecurity field, etc. And I partially agree with them. I partially agree with, yes, it's detrimental for entry-level roles to have a requirement for past work experience. It's an entry-level role. How many entry-level roles are there that require past work experience? Not a whole lot come to mind. But what if we just change that from past work experience to past experience? Would that be helpful? Would that help hiring managers fill some of these jobs? Because I know a lot of people who have exceptional technical aptitudes who can't land jobs because of the work experience requirement. And it's a little ridiculous. So just be mindful of the people who are saying, you know, requiring previous work experience is detrimental to cybersecurity, but then they'll also lead into buy my book that tells you how to get into cybersecurity. That's like someone creating a disease and then selling you, the antidote or the medication, etc. Just be mindful and pay attention to people a little deeper than surface level. So, how can you get that experience? There's a plethora of free and low-cost resources available to you. We live in the age of information. It's at our fingertips, whether it's through your PC or your phone. It's there. So forgive me from reading from a list. It's pretty long, and I'll have links in the description for everything that I'm about to say. And again, if I leave something out that you think is beneficial to other people, please, leave a comment so that others can also become aware of it, including myself. So in my list, and in no particular order, are the following: TCM Academy, the Cyber Mentor. You guys know who he is. If you're watching my video, you know who he is. Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, the John Hammond's YouTube channel, Professor Messer's YouTube channel, IT Pro TV, Pluralsight, Code Academy, Cybrary, Black Hills InfoSec's Pay What You Can training, and a whole slew of others. There's just an astronomical amount of free and low-cost training out there. Not to mention CTFs. We have some, like the Cyber Drain CTF that's put on by an MSP from, I believe he's from the Netherlands. And it's just to help system admins kind of think outside the box. And other things like the NSA Codebreaker Challenge. I didn't get as far as I wanted in this last one, only through task 6, but I still learned a lot. And doing those things is way outside my skill set. Well, not way outside of it, but beyond my typical day-to-day. So I'm not affiliated with any of the links that I'm going to drop. I'm not here to sell you anything or pitch you a book or, buy my training. None of that. Just know that there are things out there that are available to you. And furthermore, anybody watching remember books? Those things with covers filled with pages in between those covers? What are you reading outside of consuming like YouTube content? There's a Humble Bundle comes to mind. That is a phenomenal resource to get. You're talking maybe $1,000 worth of books per bundle for like $18. And if you don't have the $18, they sell it in steps. So, if you can pay $8, you might get the first 5 of that bundle. And if you can pay $12, you get like another 5 in that bundle. So don't forget about reading things. I know that's not exactly fun either. And it also depends on how you learn. We all have different learning styles. Some people can learn, through auditory means, and other people have to read, other people have to do. And then me, I'm a mix of all three. I enjoy all three of those avenues. So I wanted to keep this video short so it doesn't become a rant. I'm known to get on a soapbox from time to time. But as I get into rhythm of releasing content, they'll become more focused on specific topics. Probably going to start with some videos around the NIST cybersecurity framework, work my way into MITRE ATT&CK. And if you guys find any of it interesting or you want to see something that maybe other people aren't doing, feel free to drop it in the comments below. And, I'll do my best to educate myself and provide some free information to you. And hopefully you'll get some value out of it. One of the main reasons behind me starting this channel is to solidify, my experiences and my learning, because I retain by teaching others. And my wife is honestly, between us, getting really tired of hearing about cybersecurity. I promise you. If you made it this far within the video and you feel that it helped you in some way or can help others, please do all the YouTube algorithm things, like, share, sub, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you on the next one.